and I could just never firmly grasp it. And my parents tried teaching me a couple times and then they gave up, and I kept watching that SpongeBob episode and it didn't work either.
Yeah, Spaghetto, did you clap?
I promise I clapped. Okay, I promise.
Okay. All right, Tristan, why don't you take our guest in?
Why do you always do this to me, Lars? Shit. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the first podcast. Today we have a very esteemed special guest from Germany themselves. We have an animator named Rebecca Doodles. Hi, Rebecca. Why don't you introduce yourself today?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Doodles. I'm an animator and artist and game creator, I guess now, from Germany.
That is quite the list of content you just had. What is your favorite thing from that list of content that you have previously discussed? Fuck. All right, hold on. What is your favorite thing on the list of content?
Tristan, have you ever done a podcast before? Why are you talking like you're from Mars?
I don't know. I always do this thing where like the first minute of the show is awkward and then I settle in just fine.
Okay.
And that's why they call you Take the Guest in Tristan.
Rebecca.
Okay. All right. Let me. Okay, this is already going to hell in a handbasket. Let me kind of rein this in. Rebecca is someone that we have known for some time, and she's very soft spoken. But don't let that fool you. If you ever check out some of her stuff, it's pretty saucy. Why don't you go ahead? What? Go ahead, Tiege.
I said sussy. Okay, never mind. Just continue.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect TJ from the call. We don't need to worry about that for now.
Oh no, there he goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna Rebecca. I'm gonna start us off with the same question I ask all of our guests from random locations around the globe, which is, what's the YouTube scene like in Germany?
Oh goodness, it's a bit weird because it's very particular to German culture, where people like to make fun of different cities, basically, and different cultures inside, because each part of Germany is more akin to the, neighboring area usually. So it's like making fun, for example, of the French without making fun of the French. So every YouTuber, you can clearly tell where the fuck they're from, depending on like what people make fun about them in the comment section. So the YouTube scene is like, for example, people from Frankfurt and like YouTubers from Frankfurt make fun of themselves through these memes. So that's like the mainstream area, right? And we have everything that's like meme related and like animation, which sadly is like lacking behind everyone else. So the moment it comes to the German trends, this trend that started in America or wherever, for example, comes only like 2 years later to us. And I think at that point it's already cringe in my mind, right? Where it's like it's run its course, right? But it just arrived in Germany.
In Germany, they're still doing the Harlem Shake and dabbing.
Dabbing, yeah. Harlem Shake not anymore, luckily, right? But there was a Harlem Shake inspired commercial from what I know.
I feel like you can kind of tell how out of touch someone or an organization is based on like how late they do a Harlem Shake video at this point. Like once in a while, I'll still see like a rare company here and there, like still try to put out a meme video from the 2010s. And I'm just like, oh God. I think the worst I saw was in like 2018. One of my friends from high school tried to put out a video called Gringo Style, which was like it was like a Gangnam Style video that he was trying to do like almost a decade too late, but like I'm a gringo.
I see.
And it's like I could have ruined his life by posting it online and like spreading it a little bit, but I chose not to.
Now send it to me, Lars, please.
Okay.
Lars, I have a video to
the
recommend to you. You should
commercial,
look
there's
up.
like another commercial that's like, when I saw it, I cringed really hard, but it was on my YouTube like commercial thing, right? Before, my video would play that I wanted to watch. And it was like a Bosch instead of like a Boss, because Bosch makes machines, like washing machines and stuff. And I saw it.
Oh yeah, Bosch.
And I remember it being like, I don't know, like about a year ago, this was still like relevant to the German audience. And I can't interact with a lot of the German audience because I feel secondhand embarrassment. That's why I like stay away from it most of the time. Which, not to say that there's not people there that are kind of like me that know what's going on online, but it's still very uncomfortable because there's such a huge audience of these secondhand embarrassment people, so to say. Yeah.
Wait, you guys just got like a boss a year ago?
Wasn't that like over a decade ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that like 2007?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still floating about in German culture.
So
Wow.
you're talking.
That's kind of impressive, though. Like, I'm actually kind of happy for the Lonely Island at that point. Good for them, man. They've had 20 years of that song. Holy shit. Good for Andy Samberg.
So Rebecca's
Yeah,
talking about like crazy commercials in other countries. Have any of you ever seen like those Asian commercials where they have an African American person and they put them in a washer?
There we go.
They put them in a washer and then they come out as Asian, like they're washing their skin, and it's insane how those are even greenlit on their network.
Those in
think
China.
there's like a lot of stuff like this still going on in Japan, from what I know, because they see things very differently.
It was a Chinese commercial.
I don't know exact things, of course, because I'm not Asian and I don't know what the culture is like over there. But seemingly there's like a lot of this sort of where they don't give a shit thing going on. Where,
Yeah. I also was reading about how they have bars that are only allowed to have Japanese people in them because they don't want the white tourists in them at all.
which, if you look at Logan Paul,
Yeah, I kind of feel like if your exposure to the West is anyone with over 10 million subscribers, I kind of get it.
Wait, what did Logan Paul do?
was it
Go
Jake
watch
Paul?
the new Jay Aubrey video on it. He's totally timely with that. I'm glad he put that out. Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca, you have done some work for a certain person that I am quite a fan of, and his name is Scott.
The was.
And
Okay.
Scott Adams.
Yeah.
okay, so
It's been a while though.
oh, okay. Oh, is this a sore spot? Do you not want to talk about it?
No, it's okay.
You said that like no, it's all right.
Her voice was just
Oh,
like,
no.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Like it's
No,
fine. I
it's
guess.
Not
fine.
legit, it's fine.
Okay.
The only thing that was like sad is he used to follow me on Twitter, but then he got hacked. It was right around the corner where he got hacked and unfollowed basically everyone because of the hacking. Like
Yeah.
the bot, whatever hacked him, made him unfollow like a lot of people. And I was like trying to contact him after we worked, or like he basically commissioned me to do something for him. But he wouldn't get the message because he's such a popular creator, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. Shit happens, But otherwise, working with the man was like amazing. He was one of the best people that ever commissioned me, and I've never had such a great experience before or since then. Because instead of just saying, oh, I kind of want something, he straight up made 2 or 3 extra videos explaining what he wants from the animator. Like actual like videos where he was like showing off, oh, I want this in this style and this like this, and complete clearancy on like what needs to be done, which is a rarity even with bigger YouTubers a lot of the time.
That does actually kind of like that is very extra in a very good way, but it does kind of sound like the kind of thing he would do. He strikes me as a very prepared person who takes his time with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear. I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to send video instructions to Tiege and Tristan from now on. That's a good idea.
Please don't.
Oh, and the man as well had tipped me. Like I only wanted like, what was it, $80 to $100 or something, and he paid like double as much or something like that. It was pretty crazy. I was like, oh,
that is really
whoa.
kind.
Yeah.
But this is not the Scott the Waz episode. This is the Rebecca Doodles episode. And oh, there goes TJ. Spaghetto, you had an actual like non-interview topic that you wanted to get into.
Hello.
Hi TJ. You
okay.
right, bud?
No, I did that on purpose because it seemed like nobody could hear me for like the past 5 minutes.
Oh,
wait, have you been talking?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I haven't heard you. I thought you were just passionately listening.
I thought you were ignoring me.
No, bud. Yeah, no, we didn't hear you.
It wouldn't be an episode without TJ having some issue.
Okay.
Wait, what were you trying to say? Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was making a joke about you sending video instructions. You should send it like an FMV video for like Red Alert Command and Conquer. Like
maybe
just,
it's
like, in
good
this
that
old
that
video
didn't get
game.
on the air. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay.
If you're like, I'm going to the one place where capitalism hasn't corrupted everything. Space.
I don't get that reference.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, it's Tristan. You've been trying to bust this topic out for a while. I'm gonna let you get to it. Go ahead.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
why does your shirt say balls?
That's not it.
That's not it.
I see
mean,
my
like-
opportunity to bring up balls. I'm bringing up balls. Rebecca, explain the ball t-shirt.
Okay. So it all started with my old PC slowly going to the end of its days, slowly dying in my arms. So I needed to downsize my production for my streams so I could even play any games. I was pretty limited on basically sprite games, like 2D platformers, something like that. And I had to discontinue for a while my normal VTuber model because, that's face tracking. That's a lot of work for the PC to do. So I had a little PNG tuber. Now, I made a little joke on my YouTube channel before, and it was supposed to advertise, I think, shirts or my plushie or something like that. And I had already these PNGs I made for that video. And to be funny, I wrote balls on the shirt on this little, I call them scrunklies. They're very simplistic sort of critters, where it kind of looks like, I guess, a cookie run character, but not a cookie, sort of the shape, if you know what that is. And again, I wrote balls on it, and then I used that as my PNG tuber for a few months. And people just got to know this balls thing, right? The shirt. So I
Got
can
to know your balls, yeah.
Yeah, the writing. And it was only supposed to be a one-off joke that just sort of continued. And now it's just part of my clothing now that I have a new beefy PC, right? It's a 4080 graphics card, so,
Yeah.
I can now use the tracking again. I can use, I can play games at like higher quality and lots of things, right? Right now I'm on Sea of Thieves, which, all the rendering of the water doesn't work with a lot of PCs, usually.
Mm-hmm.
So now that everything works and people just got to recognize me by the balls on my shirt, I just kept it, right?
Do you have like any t-shirts that you sell with just balls on the shirt?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm going to need that link. I'm going to represent. I need to buy that shirt.
The link for that, Tristan, is patreon.com/T1podcast if you want to get access to bonus episodes of the show, early listening privileges, and more. Patreon.com/T1podcast for that. Rebecca, I think that's kind of one of the best parts of content creation, by the way, is what you're describing is it was supposed to be a one-off joke, but I just kind of ran with it. I think that's one of the most enjoyable parts of this process. It's just these little things you find like with your audience that just kind of become a long running thing and that you get rewarded for tuning into multiple episodes or multiple videos of something. So yeah, I think that's great. But Spaghetto, the topic I actually was wanting to help you get into, if you're willing to kind of
Rebecca, since we're already on the topic of balls, do you want to hear my balls story?
That's not it either.
Sure.
Can we? I'm trying to serve you up a softball here, dude.
I'm running away with the balls. Okay, so
Jesus.
Picture a nice 90-degree day. in California, Redding, California. It's a state, not state. It's a city near Mount Shasta. In
I don't know freedom measures.
Imagine about 45 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, very
that's
warm.
nice.
My parents were always like, go outside and play, even though it was hot as hell and your balls would sweat. But I would play with the neighbor kid. She wasn't quite right in the head, but she's like, let's play.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute Tristan. This is not going well. There was no end to that story, which was actually going to be something we can keep on the episode. I'll ask the question then, Tristan, if you'd like. Do you want me to get?
I'm a bit confused on where this is going.
Okay, Tristan, you were wanting to bring up useless superpowers. Do you want to get into that or not?
Oh, I was saving that for later. I was actually going to tell the ball story.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. If you want, you can just bring it to the point. We're really winding up here. And then we can move on to the powers thing.
Yeah. So, I was age 10, and the neighbor was the same age. She wanted to play golf with me. She grabs her dad's golf club, and she's like, "So, you ready to play golf?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Do you have a golf ball?" And she's like, "I'll take care of that." Instead of getting a golf ball, she hits me as hard as she can in the crotch, thinking it would be funny. And that was like one of the most painful experiences of my life. So then I pushed her over, and then her dad, who was a firefighter in uniform because he was about to go to work, heard her yell. He came out and grabbed me by like the neck and dragged me to my house, calling me a little fucker, and told me he was going to scream at my parents if they were home. And I lied and said they weren't home. So that's my experience with golf. I don't think I want to ever play golf.
Okay. Anyways, let's go to the superpowers.
Yeah, let's move on from that.
Yeah.
Okay. So for anyone who's listening to this who hasn't tuned into much earlier episodes of the podcast, we used to do something called useless superpowers. And the premise of this is that this is anything that you can think of at all, which is technically a superpower, but doesn't really help you at all. The classic example of this is like you can fly, but only like an inch above the ground, so like it doesn't help you at all. Or like the ability to seduce hats, because you don't.
I got a good one.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into it.
Okay. Well, if no one looks at you, you become invisible.
Yeah, that's the classic one. It's literally completely useless. Because so the entire point of being invisible, obviously, is that you can get away with, multiple sexual crimes.
Whoa!
It's just gonna go for pickpocketing. I don't know about the sexual crimes part, everybody.
I don't associate with.
Is fine with Rebecca.
No. I don't associate with Lars from Norway. I don't know this man. I was gonna go with like maybe stealing some groceries because of inflation.
Wait, Lars. You tell me if you had the power to turn invisible, you would sexually assault people?
You're telling me if you had the power to turn invisible that you would just thieve them of their groceries?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's much better.
You wouldn't?
How is that better? Well, yeah, that's actually way better. That's actually like significantly less.
You're getting shit out of it. The fuck you getting? A wet hand? That's not helpful.
Lars.
Okay, so
hold on. Why do you want to assault people?
I don't want to
we
assault
said
people.
before the episode, no channeling Bill Cosby, and here we are.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me land. The plane has not yet crashed, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take over as the pilot, and don't call me Shirley. Okay. So here's the thing. If I was going to the grocery store, okay?
Yeah.
And let's say I hadn't been for a while. And so I was going to spend like $300, to just actually restock the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I just got a bunch of really cool stuff. I got some, artisan turkey, some heritage bread, some, artisan turkey for my heritage bread and other stuff. I got eggs, even though those are like $80 a dozen these days. And I had just like meals planned out for the next week and a half. And then someone came up to me and they're like, I'm going to turn invisible and you can choose. I'm either going to take all of these groceries, or I'm going to scoop your titty. I think I'd rather they scoop my titty.
Lars, this seems like it's like a Freudian slip of some power fantasy you have.
This is getting really weird Because, like, you're not stealing from just some person in the groceries. No, I would go to the store and steal.
Yeah, I would steal from
directly.
the store.
Like, what do you mean?
I misunderstood. Okay.
You want to scoop
hell
the
is
titty
wrong
of the
with you, you
employees?
son
Like,
of a
what is going
bitch?
on here?
No, I'm saying if someone did that to me, I think I'd rather them scoop my titty than take all of my groceries. I thought you guys were saying
Lars.
like you would steal from other people. Okay.
You told me
just
to
meant going
behave
like,
this
Albert-
episode, and you're the one bringing up sexual assault.
Like, bro, okay, imagine, okay, I have a better scenario. Imagine you're out on the street, right? You're just walking by,
Yeah.
and there's like a stand of like apples, right? They have them like in front of the store so that you can look at them and you go in to pay usually. I have the ability to turn invisible. I fucking get a bunch load of apples and they're just floating away. The fuck will people do? They're just floating. Nothing, of course. They can't see me. So I'm
They
just
would
taking these
act-
apples.
They would think that those apples are like a divine sign from a higher power, and then they would form an apple cult. In like 300 to 500 years. They would be worshiping just apples, all because of you stealing them.
No, I would just assume that there was Ryuk who was nearby. I would assume this is like a Shinigami situation. So that's,
Oh my god, actually that'd be so baller. Imagine being a Shimigami.
I would just
Yeah, you
start
could
the
just-
Church of the Apple.
I think it's actually kind of cool. Like if you're a Shinigami and like, you know how humans get pleasure from stuff like cigarettes and booze and everything, to just be like your most desired object in the human world is just an apple. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be so simple.
That'd be so dumb. Actually,
Speaking of, you right?
Speaking
imagine. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine if you're like a Shimigami, but instead of apples, it's something like really like you're the little stinky brother of the main Shimigamis, like, and then you like go to like the human world, and the stuff you like is like really stupid, and it's not even an apple. It's like what's like worse than an apple? Pears? Nah.
Yeah, if you're like
Like-
Ryuk's little like
Kumquat,
shitty brother,
yeah.
like
Oh.
wart or something.
You eat
Yeah.
pineapples with rind, right? Or the rind.
Oh,
Pineapple
oh,
and pizza.
why?
Or literally just the rind.
Yeah, you just fucking pineapple peel. That's like your thing. Imagine.
Oh god! If
Banana
anyone doesn't know what
peel.
we're talking about, by the way, a Shinigami is a thing from an anime called Death Note. It's very good. It's to kind of put it this way, I'm not an anime guy. The only anime I've been like actually caring to potentially watch this year is Trigun Stampede. So that's like the depth of my knowledge on that.
Well, Lars, I've got something for you then. There was an announcement today by Netflix where they announced that they are making a Scott Pilgrim anime
Oh, yo?
Oh really?
with the original cast of the movie.
Whoa.
I'm pretty stoked.
Hold on.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding. And they're
That-
adapting the entire comic.
That's a great idea. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes me happy.
I'm so stoked. Michael Cera's
Wait,
coming
Edgar Wright is
back.
involved?
Hell yeah.
That's actually really cool. Okay. Well, that's good news. Wait, so it's like Michael Cera and all them?
Yeah, Michael Cera. Like everybody
Okay.
from the movie.
2 questions. These are 2 very important questions. Number 1, is Brian Lee O'Malley involved?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's kind of important. Number 2, is Edgar Wright involved?
Edgar Wright made a tweet about it.
Oh, okay. Well, that counts.
Good enough.
Okay. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim is I think it was 2010, right? At this point, is one of those movies that you kind of wished had taken off, because I feel like I wish cinema had gone in that direction at that point, and nobody watched it, and that was the problem with it. I think it might be my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, no, okay, Brian Lee O'Malley and Edgar Wright are involved. Okay.
Oh God, I can only get so erect, dude. That's awesome.
TJ, you're making this show hot and heavy. Tone it down a little bit. Damn.
Yeah, it was Brian Lee O'Malley's idea to make an anime series.
So why don't people just do, okay, so why don't all these like ridiculous like bullshit, like what if these guys work together to make this awesome project? Why don't people just do that all the time? I don't understand. Why is this just not constantly a thing?
I'm just looking at the information about it. So I'm a little bit distracted.
Yeah, do you guys need like 30 seconds to get like composed or something, or?
Oh no, I was waiting to circle back
No, it's
around to
fine.
the useless superpowers, because I think I have an even more useless one than turning invisible when people when people are not looking at you.
Wait, Tristan, you've never seen Scott Pilgrim?
No, I've seen it. I've seen it 3 times. It's a good movie.
Okay. Only
a
three
big fan of it.
I am a huge fan
only
of it.
3 times. Come on, man.
I
Get
like
those
the
are rookie
comics
numbers,
and
man.
the game
He
more.
read the comics.
The comics are better, but the movie is
Yeah.
really good.
Who knows?
Okay, so I think I kind of agree with you, but also like that is not an insult to the movie at all.
No, the movie's fantastic.
The movie is great. Yeah.
Especially like Chris Evans or the psycho vegan. The psycho vegan was my favorite part because I grew up vegan and I still am. And seeing him just go insane with the vegan police always cracks me up.
Actually, Spaghetto, I need to ask you something. What's your thoughts on the lab grown meat stuff since you're vegan?
Oh, let's get into it. Oh.
I've been avoiding saying I'm vegan on the podcast for a long time, like any content as well, because I knew I would be asked this someday.
Preston, literally every episode of the podcast that you've recorded, it has come up as like a main topic.
I know, but like
15
I
minutes
try
each
not
time.
to go into it too much, okay? And
Oh, why? Because it's dorky, or
well, being vegan has a pretty negative stigma around it because of PETA.
yeah.
And
Well, PETA is not equal vegan. That like everyone has to decide that for
No.
themselves.
Yeah, that's like saying the Westboro Baptist Church represents Christians. That's kind of
and it was also kind of beaten into me as a kid that like if you're a vegan, you're a loser because I was bullied most of my school
Yeah.
years for it.
well, it is kind of a loser thing, but I'm not going to beat you up.
What?
That's fucked up.
Damn.
No,
Okay.
no. I will say a lot of vegan meals are fucking baller. Just no one like even
Yeah.
thinks of them as vegan because they're usually seen as side dishes. And it's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
No.
Rebecca is my new favorite person. She's gonna make me tear up. She's so sweet. Damn.
Every time I go to a vegan cafe, the food, here's my theory on it. And I don't mean this really, it's probably true, is that since they can't rely on meat, they have to compensate by upping the flavor. Because, you know, a lot of people they get the natural meatiness of the dish and that's great. But vegans, they start from a disadvantage and artistically, I think the food works
No,
better.
Lars, no. The
Yes.
flavoring on meat is what gives the flavor. There is no taste really than blood on meat. The flavoring is vegan.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm at a disadvantage here. I don't know what meat tastes like, so
Okay. Think about a shoe sole, right? You have a shoe sole, right?
Yes.
It's like really tough,
Mhm.
right?
Is that
Oh.
a word?
It's sole of a shoe. Shoe sole.
Oh, I thought you said shoe cell. This is like a new insult
no,
thing.
no,
like
no, no.
Brain cells.
yeah.
Okay, you take the bottom
base
of a shoe.
cell.
Right? It's like kind of harder, or and then you just put the flavor of iron and death on it, and when
that's
you
nothing
fry
like
it,
like meat
Hold
at
up,
all.
hold up,
There's
hold
a
up.
terrible description of meat in every
hold up,
possible way.
hold up, I'm not done yet. But when you fry it, like that's when it's raw, right? When you fry it and it has a lot of fat in it, it becomes soft and edible and slightly crispy and smoky at times.
I'm getting
So
some
that's the
really conflicting
base.
opinions here. Like Lars is saying it's really good, and Rebecca's just like, yeah, it tastes like a shoe.
Like a shoe.
It,
Like an
it
incel
is
that has more
though.
shoes.
What kind of meat are you being fed, Rebecca? Are you okay?
Okay. The difference is that's like usually pig or sometimes beef and it's not well prepared. Now chicken and like fish on the other hand are different. They're softer. They're more comforting and there's usually good stuff for soups. I like chicken in soup, right?
Mhm.
I like
It's
the way
just
you say soup. It's just like soup.
yeah, soup. I love
Well,
soup.
don't make fun of her accent.
No,
Kristen.
it's awesome. Like I've never heard someone say soup like that.
like soup.
It's soup. Like where I'm from, like everyone just says soup.
I'm at soup.
What soup? Talking about
By the way,
soup.
it is
Yes?
it is raining pretty heavily over here. I'm sorry if it gets on my mic. We've been yeah, go ahead, TJ.
I was gonna say the closest non meat that I could kind of compare to meat that I've tried is freeze dried durian, and it kind of tastes a little bit like chicken to me.
Oh, TJ had me try durian. I took one bite and I nearly vomited. That was the most vile shit I've ever had.
Dude,
And it smelled so bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't smell
wait, was it
good.
freeze dried? Was it freeze dried?
It was freeze dried.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not
It's freeze
the
dried.
best. The only way
Durian
I
is
can
like
eat
a- Go ahead.
the only way I can eat durian pretty decently is there's an ice cream flavor where there's chunks of durian in it, and it doesn't smell too bad because when it is like like frozen, but
The
like
ice
also with
cream
like
shouldn't smell at all.
no, it doesn't smell at all. Don't
when
worry.
you freeze it,
Okay.
when you freeze it gets rid of the
Yeah.
smell.
Well, she said like it doesn't smell too bad, so you're like licking your ice cream cone and you're getting like hints of ass while you're licking it.
No, don't worry because it's
It smells worse
Is it
when
cold
it's
open?
fresh.
it's in coconut milk, the ice cream, right? It's coconut milk, and then they put the
Yeah.
dirt in it, and they freeze it like ice cream, and then you can like munch down on it, and it doesn't smell like durian at all, thankfully. And the taste is really good. The same ice cream makers also make like red bean flavored ice cream and stuff, and it's just good, just good stuff. I need to like send you guys the brand at some point.
I wanna get like a fresh durian and kick it around like Mario and Mario Sunshine.
Oh, speaking of like vegan foods, I recently tried this new like it's called like ultimate plant-based chicken tenders, and
Oh,
I air
fuck that
fried
shit.
them. I air fried them with my
Like
fiance.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate? Or what are
It
you
was
talking
it was
about?
ultimate, dude. Like they were so good. Like I could
Really?
not
Okay.
believe like how just it was sensational. It was just amazing. It's one of the best
Okay.
vegan foods I've had so far, and I highly recommend it.
Okay,
So-
interesting. Because McDonald's is currently on a trip here in Europe where they do serve vegan chicken nuggets.
What? they
And
don't do that here. What the hell?
yeah, that's like on the list right now. I tried them.
They
I'm not a fan personally.
they try to do like the Beyond like fried chicken at KFC and it looked disgusting.
Have you guys tried Morningstar nuggets? Those are really good.
What are those?
They it's like this brand that we have here in most grocery stores now, where they have a lot of imitation meats, and one of my favorites is like the Morningstar buffalo wings, and they're kind of shaped like little like drumsticks, but they've got this super crispy coating, and then the inside's kind of like stringy, and they've got like a hint of spiciness to the breading, and it's just really good.
Okay. There's a lot of
Oh,
things
no.
we don't have over here. When it comes to
I
fast
think
food.
Tristan might be secretly sponsored by Morningstar because he seems to kind of like sneak that
plugging
name in
it.
on a lot of episodes.
I do. Haven't
By
I
the way,
said
guys,
it like 3 times already? But Morningstar,
yeah.
Morningstar,
Dude,
please.
You've recorded like 5 episodes. And you brought it up like 3 times.
Morningstar, please sponsor us.
Oh,
Yeah.
talking about sponsors. I once was trying something.
Patreon.com/T1 podcast gets you early listening privileges.
Lars,
Go ahead,
I'm
Rebecca.
going to shoot you.
Go ahead.
So Lars,
No, let Rebecca
I-
talk.
Let her cook.
Oh, sorry.
Let her cook.
About sponsoring stuff. I tried something, and I don't know if this counts as harassment, but I was DMing
Oh.
Bad Dragon at one point to get the sponsorship.
Mhm.
It hasn't happened yet, but I don't know if at one point they'll block me if I continue asking if they want to like do a collaboration.
Rebecca,
Oh.
please let me know if you get that sponsorship. I will be the first one to use your promo code.
What would
That's
you? What would you
horny
be getting
Tristan.
though? Wait.
Yeah.
What would you be getting?
I don't know. I
Which
would
one?
just get something to go over to TJ's house and beat him with.
this isn't GTA San Andreas, Tristan.
I'll just grab
Wait,
Rebecca's like tentacle dildo and just whack TJ across the head with it, and then that'll be my only use for it.
Thank you very much for the cold open material there, Tristan.
Damn
by the way-
it! Damn it!
Lars, I was trying to bring. I have more information about the Scott Pilgrim anime. I was looking up who was animating it. If you wanted to know.
Oh, is it Stable Diffusion?
No. No. The studio that's animating it is Science Saru, which is the same studio that did Devilman Crybaby.
Ooh,
Oh, that's good to hear.
That's really good.
You know who I think should get more work? I don't know if they're still around. Is the company that made Redline. Have you guys seen Redline?
I know what
It's been
Redline
a
is.
while.
Okay.
I really,
I
I really want the company that did the Castlevania show to keep making more animations. It's so good.
Yeah.
Tristan, have you seen Redline?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Do you like stuff that's good?
No.
He only watches
like
bad
stuff that's
horror
good?
movies.
Like, do you enjoy things that are enjoyable?
No, like the movie that's sitting on my coffee table right now is Easter Bunny Blood Hunt, and Easter Bunny Massacre: The Blood Hunt, and I think I'm gonna watch that and be the first person to review it. I found it at Walmart for like $5.
Oh, so Lars, you're talking about Madhouse. Because they also did Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, and like Trigun and Perfect Blue, Black Lagoon, Death Note, Paprika.
That makes it even better. Yeah, I think it's Madhouse who did Redline in 2009.
Yeah.
Redline is like my Scott Pilgrim of movies, but for anime specifically. It's if you are listening to this, by the way, number one, you should go watch it. It's worth watching no matter what your tastes are in media, whether you like anime or not, whether you like racing / car stuff or not. It's the best anime movie, I think. I actually think that it probably takes the top spot for that. I like everything about it, and I highly recommend it. And you're saying it was made by the same guys that did Death Note?
The animation studio wasn't directed by the same person.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic. Have you guys been following the Trigun thing at the moment?
Yeah, the new Trigun of Trigun Stampede.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it yet, but I've been following the development when it was, until it was released. And I saw the first trailer. I was a bit skeptical because I'm used to the old Trigun, of course. That's how I grew up.
Right.
Yeah, because Trigun's one of those classic, like, 90s animes.
I feel like by making him a bit more soft, he looked more twinkish in the 3D. So it made it like, it's a bit of a clash, definitely.
You had me at twink.
He looks very
He looks
much
like you, Tristan.
like
I hate you.
in the new one. And I don't know. They also switched some stuff up where I'm like unsure about why they did it, but I haven't seen the movie yet, so all I'm judging is trailer material I've seen.
So a couple things that I'm hearing though. Number one is that people who read the manga are saying it's much more of a faithful adaptation of that. Number one, and that number two, the people who actually gave it a chance are giving it all like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like they're saying like people who got past the fact that it's Trigun but different are saying like it's the best 3D anime they've seen in a long time. So I'm definitely at least gonna give it a chance. I don't know. I think it looks cool. I like the animations. I don't mind Twinkie characters. That's fine.
Yeah, Legend of
If that's the
Zelda is
style they
such a
wanna go
hit
for.
franchise.
Tinky Winky.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking of Tinkle, not Twinkle.
Twinkie Winky.
I don't know,
No,
like
the
Breath
thing
of
is
the
also
Wild is going to
I-
make a new generation of people cosplaying Link as a twink, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About the Trigon thing as well, I
Yeah.
didn't read the manga, so it might be a more faithful adaptation.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to you. But I am excited for it. We were talking about something else. I think we were on useless.
You were talking about useless superpowers.
Before
Yeah.
we get back to that, Lars, I have one more thing to say about food.
Oh God, here it goes.
Okay, so you know how
I
I
love food.
mentioned Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Yeah, how can you eat there? There is nothing available.
No,
to you, is there?
Tater tots. Tater
Buffalo,
tots.
no, sorry, Buffalo wings.
Salad, lettuce.
I mean buffalo wings. I mentioned that in general, right?
Yeah.
So I am so vegan and sheltered because I was raised vegan and I never like have had
I'm
animal
so
products.
vegan.
And there's a reason I'm saying that is because I had like a 20-minute argument with my fiance because I thought buffalo wings were actually made out of buffalo. And the
Wow.
whole time I'm like screaming and yelling at her. I'm like, why the hell are they called buffalo wings if they're not made out of buffalo? And she's just trying so hard not to hysterically laugh while
Because
she's telling me I'm wrong.
From
Buffaloes
Buffalo,
have
New
no
York.
wings. What?
Yeah. Wait,
From
are you doing
Buffalo,
a bit
New
right
York.
now?
No, like I'm dead serious. I thought buffalo wings were made out of buffalo meat, and I'm really pissed that I was incorrect in this argument that I had with my partner. And I thought that they were made out of buffalo, and I told people
chicken.
about that several times, and no one corrected me about the buffalo wings. So everyone just let me go on and on and on about
Dude.
buffalo wings being made out of buffalo, and I'm really angry about it, and
Yeah,
it's
'cause
really
they thought
stupid.
you were joking.
No, I'm not joking.
Spaghetto. Don't take it personally, but you right now sound like a guy who doesn't swallow correctly water.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah,
that's
have you
fair.
ever-
I
how
choke
do
on
you
my own
manage to
spit
vote?
sometimes.
Like, how do you like
I didn't vote this
when you,
last election.
when you cross the street? Do you just get hit by cars like all the time, or
I mean, that happened at my last job.
Tristan, wait
Tristan,
till you
that's
find out
pretty-
about Rocky Mountain oysters.
yeah, they're not oysters, bud.
Oh, I know what that is because I used to live in Montana, and for some reason, a town close to where I was from always would have the testicle festival where they would eat as many as possible, and they would have like competitions on how many testicles you can eat, like in a certain time limit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And there's like a big billboard, and that's what the town was known for. And yeah, that's about it though.
Balls?
I was really mad about buffalo wings not being made out of
Balls.
buffalo. Oh, and also, Lars, Buffalo Wild Wings has vegan wings now.
Yep, they
That's
do.
awful.
Good.
Wait, Tristan, so you could have just like not put this information out there in the world at all, and so you chose to do it. So I'm curious as to why.
Because I like to discuss random bullshit that happens in my head on the
That
show.
makes you look worse.
And if it makes me look better or worse, I don't care. I mean, I've said so many things on this show so far that's going to make me look unhinged. So I'm pretty sure me thinking buffalo wings are made out of buffalo meat is like one of the most tame things I've announced so far.
Yeah.
You have the excuse of being sheltered and homeschooled for most of your life, so
Actually,
I thought you were gonna
Why
say
did you have to
go ahead.
out me
Okay,
with that?
I
wasn't going to
I need to
mention the
actually-
homeschooling.
I need to actually ask this. Spaghetti, how do you drink?
Do I need to go get a cup of water and demonstrate?
No. Do you
Yeah, go ahead,
first...
record a video for us.
Question. You first collect it in your mouth, and then after you've closed your mouth and the bottle is away from your mouth, do you then swallow it, or do you just chuck it?
I just drink it as it's flowing into my mouth.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but how?
I
No,
just
no,
hold the
it's
bottle
correct,
up to my
it's
mouth,
correct.
and as it empties, I just continuously swallow.
So if there's ice involved, do you just like freak the fuck out, or what's?
I
going on there?
I usually don't have ice in my water for that reason because I've choked on ice so many times.
Oh,
So if there's ice in my water, I like have to like subconsciously be extra careful not to just gulp it down like the dumbass I am and just choke on it.
so
you're
like,
not like the girl that goes to McDonald's and chews on the ice.
No.
are you? Do your shoes have Velcro, or do they have actual laces?
All right, fine. Do you guys want some actual personal information about shoes?
No, I don't actually. Why are we on
Is
this?
it size 12?
I don't know how to tie my shoes.
Well,
Could you tell the time from a
loop-de-loop
clock?
and over and out loop-de-loop.
I
and
tried
pull.
so hard to learn how to tie my shoes as a kid, and I could just never firmly grasp it. And
Just what?
my
Wait,
parents
do you
tried
have-
teaching me a
do you have
couple
to-
times, and then they gave up. And I kept watching that
Watch this-
SpongeBob episode,
Wait.
and it didn't work
Yeah.
either. And one time I had to go to the bathroom so bad, but my parents tied my Skechers too tight, and I couldn't get my shoes off in time, and I pissed my pants, and that was like one of the worst
don't
moments
take
of
off
my
your
life.
shoes?
You
to
wait.
pee.
Let's back up. Let's back
I
up.
got home
What-
from
what-
school, and my parents don't let me wear shoes in the house.
He took off his Skechers aerators.
I couldn't get inside in time and take my shoes off quick enough because the laces are too tight, and I don't know how to tie shoes. And I pissed my pants because my parents get mad if you wear shoes inside, and I'm very upset about it. And I still don't know how to tie my shoes, and I keep trying to learn, but I also am like too embarrassed to ask, and like it's really stupid. And I know we have the internet, but I watch videos on the internet, and I still don't grasp it. Like I've been trying to learn how to tie a tie. And it pisses me off.
Do your Skechers have Lightning McQueen on them and they light up?
I don't
when you
have
walk around?
Skechers anymore, dipshit. I wear cowboy boots.
Spaghetti, watch the GIF I just sent.
Okay.
Yeah, look in the chat at discord.t1podcast.com if you want to tune in these episodes live.
It's too
And
quick,
talk in the
Rebecca. I
chat.
can't do it. It has to be like slow motion for my dumb brain.
It's
that's
repeatedly.
over
It's
each other.
repeatedly
I
playing.
also okay. I do have
It's a
a
gift.
somewhat of an excuse now, Rebecca. I've hit my head so many times that I have like ass short-term memory. So like basic shit like that, it just when I need to do it, I just draw a blank.
Here, I'll go ahead and link you something in the chat, Tristan. Go ahead and go do a Google search.
Okay.
How to tie your shoes for dummies.
You know what?
That'll help you out.
How did this episode where Rebecca is the guest turn back around on me? Like, no,
Because you chose out of
started.
nowhere to just say, yeah, I really thought buffaloes had wings, and I was red in the face with my fiance for 20 minutes.
You listen here, you little shit. I said that buffalo wings are made out of buffalo meat. I did not say buffaloes had wings. They don't drink Red Bull.
So
I
Then
know
why
that.
do you
Fuck
think
did you
it
think
was
that
called
they were made out of buffaloes without wings?
I thought they were wing-shaped meat from buffaloes. Like,
So
Did you think
didn't
dinosaur
this
nuggets were made of dinosaurs?
fuck you. There, I said it.
Dino nugget.
There's
by
your
the way,
first
fun
F
fact.
word on the show, Lars, from me.
Fun
Fuck
fact:
you.
we have something in Germany called a Jägerschnitzel, which means hunter schnitzel, right?
Yeah.
Jäger means
Aaron Yeager.
hunter. So if there was an equivalent to that in English, would have Spaghetti thought that they would have killed a man, a hunter, to make that
Ooh.
schnitzel.
Yeah, like Always Sunny style with Ricky.
I'm all for cannibalism. That's gonna solve world hunger. Like that's fine.
But you're the vegan one. What?
So who said I'm
He'd be the
vegan for
first
the
one
right
killed.
reasons?
Yeah, he'd be the first one to die in this situation. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, actually, yeah, he would. I mean, he's all,
Schnitzel is
vegetable
very good, by the
fed.
way.
He has probably good meat, so.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a
There's-
very voluptuous ass that could be grilled fairly easily.
The thing about German food is if there's Schnitz in the title, it's probably a good, like, you're probably in for a good time. There's
Wait.
only one time that Schnitt is not good, which is a Kaiserschnitt. That is not a good situation for food.
No,
But
it's
yeah.
not. It's not.
No.
But,
I'm not going to translate that.
by the way, do you know what Schnitt means?
It means shit.
Snip, snap.
Cut.
It's cut. Yeah,
Cut.
it's cut.
Don't cut me. Like, please.
So
I
Schnitt.
know that we have you on the show, but don't cut me.
So if you translate Schnitzel, it's like little cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, I have a video that you just made me think of.
Mhm.
And I want you to tell me can you translate it for me because it's in German?
Okay. Send it to me.
Because it's kind of related.
I'm gonna try to describe it to the
recording.
audience as much as I can. It is a spooky skeleton man. Okay. Okay.
Are you talking about Schnappi, das kleine Krokodil?
Oh yeah, it's just the lyrics to Schnappi,
Yeah.
which
Classic
is
internet meme.
yeah, it's a
And
classic
Yeah.
I thought when TJ
children's
said
song.
please translate something German, he was going to take this in a much darker direction. I'm really glad he did not.
Let's not even start on this podcast with this, please.
Yeah, not all Germans are Nazis, Tristan. You don't need to keep bringing that up. Please
I was
don't,
gonna
okay?
talk about
Please.
Wiener Schnitzels, but okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Wiener Schnitzel is a brand
is
of
a
hot dogs.
place. Wien is a place
Yeah.
in a country.
Yeah, no, like
Kinda-
I wasn't gonna bring up Nazis.
Ween is also the band that did Ocean Man in the
Yeah.
SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, Wien's not bad. Wien's not bad.
It's differently spelled though. Wiener
Oh, also,
and Wien is differently spelled.
Rebecca, fun fact: I am a quarter German.
Which quarter?
Okay.
I think maybe the upper left half of my body.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Yeah, but part of my family
Actually,
heritage and
The
like names
blonde-haired.
originate
Yeah, go
from
ahead.
Germany. Part of my family heritage originates from Germany, and we have some like interesting German names in my family tree, and that's always been cool to me because they sound and are spelled so interesting.
Wait, Ween did the shoe tying song for SpongeBob? Okay.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know SpongeBob facts. So I'm going to take your word for it, moderator Jamiroquai in the chat there at Discord.
Jamiroquai. You know the group Jamiroquai?
Yeah, Jamiroquai. Good band. It's led by this guy named JK, who has the worst haircut in America, but makes very
Wears a
good
big-
music. Yeah.
He wears a big hat.
Yeah, he did that one song that was really popular in Napoleon Dynamite, which was really catchy. And
Yeah.
Can't Heat.
And then there's that one song in the music video where he like the floor is moving around.
Yeah, he did what was that song called? Automaton. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I like that music.
It's a weird aside, a weird tangent.
No, man, it's it's our podcast. We
Yeah.
can talk about whatever we want, man. I like Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Wait, we were actually trying to get around to the useless superpowers, and then we ended up talking about cesarean sections. Go ahead, Tristan.
All right. Who has a useless superpower?
Tristan, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I dozed off.
Yeah, you had to take your nap. This is too much effort after trying to tie your shoes.
I got
This is what happens
really.
when two of the hosts have ADHD.
That is true.
I do
got
have very strong ADHD. Very
Um,
strong. So
I
Can
do
we
too, it
maybe
sucks.
talk about one thing? Was it someone was like playing my game stuff or something like that?
Tristan.
yeah, and to be clear, if there's anything you want to get into, Rebecca, like please go ahead and force your topics in. This is your episode. That's fine.
I'm
Like
just
that.
trying to remember what topics were like cut on but never developed because we were going to have the podcast. So I'm trying
Oh,
to
I was
remember
gonna
that.
just
Yeah.
tell you, Rebecca, that it was really interesting. I played your Friday Night Funkin' mod before, like even knowing that you made it.
Which one?
The first one, like with the starving artist.
Oh, okay.
And I enjoyed it. It was really interesting. And I was reading the Wikipedia for the inspiration behind it today, and that's some heavy stuff. Like the game and the mod itself is interesting enough, but with that type of like just backstory and lore surrounding it is extremely interesting to me.
Yeah. At the beginning, it was not supposed to be like a big thing. It was just like, I'm feeling sad. I'm an artist. I want to take these emotions and put them in something.
I love that description.
And now we're here. So
I'm going to message Cameron and ask him if he's played the Starving Artist mod. Hold on. Distract our guest, Tristan.
So after
shiny keys, woo!
Shut up, TJ. I'm distracting Rebecca. So after a while, you seem to, after like you finished your 2 mods, you wanted to distance yourself from the community and just kind of turn over a new leaf. Is that correct?
50-50. I was gonna make a 3rd one, but then I realized that life happens. Let's just say that. So I had to, get back to my university stuff and so on, and things started drifting. And I had like too many things at once in my hands. Another thing called Stella Pie, which was just a cartoon project, is not a game. And that was a thing I started like 4 years ago, and I still had like the pilot in my hands. So I was like, I need to finish this, I need to finish that. I still have the 3rd one now. And
I remember you mentioning that pilot to me back in, I think in 2021. I met you in a random VC, and I'm like, oh, okay, send me the PayPal link, and I gave a random donation for it. So it's interesting that that's still in development, and I'm happy to hear that.
I actually released the basically the animatic for it. That's been released actually recently. Because I realized, because I worked so much on one project, that sort of been not ran into the ground, but like I'm not like very happy with a lot of directions I went with it. And the pilot sort of falls apart at the end. So I'm going to go more, I guess I'm calling it the chicken nugget route, where it's like short form content to still show off the characters and the stories, but just easy on me, right?
Yeah, of course, because making like a whole TV show, like a whole ass show by yourself, especially when you're in school, is damn near impossible.
Yeah, and
to clarify what she means, she's talking about the cartoon chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Not just the food chicken nugget.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought
shorts cartoon with the yellow dog.
Speaking of like your Friday Night Funkin' mods, I'll definitely check out the 2nd one. And if you're ever interested, like I would be happy to like discuss it more so with you after I've tried it, or if you want to appear during like a content creation video of me trying it out and just kind of narrate with me, that'd be interesting as well.
Oh, sure.
Like a director's commentary.
Yeah, like where I'm struggling to beat the game and she's laughing at me.
No,
a Rebecca's commentary. Yeah. I was,
one thing I wanted to bring up is that I did see something that the both of you had in common, is that the both of you really like The Binding of Isaac.
Oh, yes. Rebecca, if you ever want to play Isaac, please let me know. I am such a diehard Isaac fan.
I enjoy it a lot too. I will say though, I only got into Isaac because it was a game I could play with my potato PC back in the day. So I was like, you know what? I heard so much about Isaac and it's sprite based, so let's give it a try. And then I fell into an Isaac hole for about a year and just didn't climb out of it until I recently, got a new PC. So now I'm like, hell yeah, I can do other things. No way. I still love Isaac very much.
That's crazy. Back in high school, I had like a shitty school laptop, and that's the reason I played Binding of Isaac, because it was one of the few games it could run on my potato PC, and now I'm still playing it.
We had a similar reason to get into it.
Rebecca, you said you had a 4080, right?
Now I do, yes. You
could stably diffuse very, very easily with that. Have you ever tried to do that?
Yeah, I have stable diffusion.
Okay. Can we actually do this? Can we actually get into this discussion for once?
I'm sorry, Lars. I gotta go suddenly.
I get, if you want to get into it a little bit.
This has been a good episode. It's gone for about an hour. Thank you guys. We'll talk about stable diffusion next week.
We do have an upcoming guest where we can like dedicate the whole episode to it, but you can talk about it a little bit here if you want.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I do something really neat with it actually. So you guys know the website Pinterest, right?
Yeah.
Where you, as an artist, you go there to get inspiration, right? Yeah. Usually, the sad part of Pinterest is not a lot of people credit the art there. They just sort of repost and can have little mood boards there and just inspirations. Now, instead of doing that, what I do is I take Stable Diffusion, feed my own art into it, and I ask it, so yeah, put a belt on this character, right? And then Stable Diffusion does that for me. And of course, the result will be kind of shit in a lot of ways. So this
Right.
can never be posted anywhere, and I never will post it anywhere. But sometimes it just adds things to it I would have never thought about, like certain colorations or themes.
That's what
right?
That's what I've been using it for, is sort of like something to give me inspiration, like something I never would have thought of before.
Mhm.
And I think that would be I know it's kind of controversial it's very controversial in the art community, but I do think it would be a useful tool to train on your own art and just to see like to kind of using it as like references.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Basically. I mean, I know the anatomy can be jank, but you can mitigate that. You can mitigate that with like some of the newer versions and using like negative prompts and
The
things like that.
negative prompts
also-
have been less helpful for that. It's just been a bit
Yeah.
more clearer results, I would say, generally. But it'll still fuck things up if it wants to.
But here's the thing though, it's getting to the point now where it kind of, if you have the right model for it, it doesn't really mess stuff up anymore. Like here, I'm going to post something I generated the other day in the chat. This is
Would
just
you
a
like to?
regular picture of Hatsune Miku. It's the days of like limbs looking wrong and stuff. That's kind of a thing of the past at this point. And you can kind of just make competent art now. Like it doesn't.
Wait, how did you do that? Because my stuff just looks funky as shit.
He has specific models that he's downloaded that do specific art styles.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
yeah. If you want
right.
some tips on that, by the way, you can talk to me later.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something called ControlNet also, which is this new thing where basically you can feed it a pose, including how the hands look and everything, and it'll try to denoise a picture that has that exact pose down. So you can compensate for the fact that your like fingers and stuff look weird very easily. So you could actually take your own art and actually put in an open pose with ControlNet and get it so it can do whatever pose you want for inspiration. Like the technology is moving lightning fast at the moment. So it's actually
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Okay, that's
This is,
interesting. Because I knew
yeah.
about, I used sometimes to fuck about a bit. I put
Mhm.
stock images in to image, I think it's called.
Yeah.
To, get a certain pose going. But they would always like change it to some degree, right? The AI.
Yeah, but not
Mhm.
anymore. Yeah, you can control for pose now entirely. So
Wow.
Yeah, the thing about it with like the extra fingers or the missing fingers or like it has extra legs or just
Yeah.
weird anatomy is that I think that's gonna it's already being fixed. Like it's not the thing about it is that it gets better. Like it's been getting better and better exponentially. So
Yeah.
it's not always gonna have like the bad anatomy forever.
Oh,
Well,
I see.
yeah,
I know
'cause-
people associate it with like the extra fingers and stuff, but yeah.
well, because they're moving for something called clip, where it's like pulling from a lot of different images in the Leon database to something called what was it, like human aesthetic preferences or something, where they actually like take into account how people feel about the images and everything. And
Yeah.
so like the idea is they the only kind of bias they want to introduce is bias where people who actually see it think that it looks right. Because that's one of the problems is that a computer can't really, it can try to guess what hands look like, but it can't,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really know. So yeah,
Well, the thing with these AI is that they're very specialized. Like they're trained to do only one specific
Yeah.
thing.
right.
Like a lot of people don't seem to realize like we're not at the general AI stage. We're at the we're still doing just narrow AI,
Mm-hmm.
where they're very good at doing one task and one task only. They can't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like a chess AI is not going to be able to like think like a human. We don't even know. We haven't even like completely mapped out the human brain yet. Like we're not even close to having a Skynet or like a HAL 9000, world-ending AI yet. So
Yeah. It also helps if you're doing like anime stuff because they're like
Mhm.
people are highly motivated to make stuff that like is attractive to them. So that
Mhm.
kind of helps. I've noticed like the realistic stuff has lagged behind. Like here, I'll do one that I'll post one in the chat that I made that is a more realistic photo, and like it's pretty good, but it hasn't come quite as far, like in terms of like
It's
being,
in the uncanny valley, definitely still.
yeah,
It has some qualities to it that's kind of like a painting
Mhm.
still.
yeah.
I've seen this. I mean, we've talked about Midjourney in our DMs before. Like that's gotten pretty good. Like, have you seen those images of like the Pope wearing like he's got like the nice fit and the puffy
Yeah.
jacket. He's all like dripped out. Yeah, the drippy Pope. That's what I was thinking of.
But it's also kind of funny because like you and all four of us are applying very standards that are applicable to us, but for the general population, like they get fooled by this shit so easily. Like people thought that the Pope in drip was real. Like,
Oh yeah.
Really?
yeah, we're applying standards to it that we don't need to. Like,
Oh my god, that's funny. That's really
drope.
funny.
yeah,
I mean, I saw people like generating images that looked like actresses from the 1940s. You could trick people into thinking like, oh, this is a real photo from the 1940s.
do you guys think that's kind of the thing where it's also kind of like how it is in video games though, where if you're doing something that's supposed to look real, it's hard because we're very hardwired for how humans are supposed to look. But if you're doing much else, it tends to look fine. Like you can generate a landscape or something pretty easily.
Oh, well, in video games or like with just CG rendering in general, they tend to get photorealism done very well with like cars or like environments, but it's usually humans that they have a problem
I recently
with.
played the Dark Pictures anthology the latest release, The Devil in Me, and the landscapes were flawless, but the faces were so bad. They look so creepy. Especially like the teeth sometimes and the mouth movements. It was just, there was something wrong with it.
Have you guys ever used it to make like a picture of food, by the way?
Yeah, sometimes it makes like really, I mean, some of the AI views makes like really gross looking.
Yeah, here, I actually have an example of that. I'm going to post a big picture of a hamburger that I made the other day. Like
it makes like fucked up hamburger buns.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting...
Here, I'll post it in the chat. Like this is what it puts out for like a picture of a hamburger. And it's like it's cool looking and it's detailed, but it's kind of disgusting at the same time. Like it's I don't know. There's
something wrong.
It looks
with
like something from the Garbage Patch Kids.
It's a nasty patty from SpongeBob.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I think people. Go ahead, Rebecca.
I was just gonna say, we are being very visual here in like a podcast. Maybe we should like try to have it less picture heavy.
Yeah.
I'll cut it off here. But by the way, we'll also post these in both in the video and in the show notes if anyone wants to check these out.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is a video podcast.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I was gonna say like people are saying that they're worried about the implications on the art community and everything, and I kind of feel like the tech's not really there in some ways though. Like I don't feel like AI. I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm just saying like okay. I don't think they should be that worried.
What?
Like I think it's interesting and I think there are like a lot of applications for it, but I don't think it would necessarily replace all of the art industry. Like maybe some jobs, like maybe like 10%, 20%, but like I don't think the entirety of it.
The thing is though with AI, that it has been used beforehand quite not effectively, but like it has been used a lot before. It's only now most artists are realizing it because it becomes consumer grade, right? That anyone can try it. I have like two very big opinions on it. I feel like now this might be the controversial one, might be. I feel like most of the people.
And that's all the time we have, guys. Sorry. Let's go ahead and finish up for the day. Now go ahead.
I feel like most of the people who are like scared of them, their jobs getting taken by this AI stuff aren't even people that are really. Now I don't want to say mean things, but aren't even on the level.
Rebecca's trying to say that if you're scared of your job being taken by AI as an artist, you're a shit artist.
No, I don't want to.
No.
Not quite. It's
No.
It's more like, because for example, if we think about stuff like Cartoon Network and the series made by that, these scenes, the steps they're going through to make a cartoon like that can't be done by AI because there's so many steps to it, so many lighting, things, I guess, so many sketches, there's so many thumbnail poses. It has to be exact, otherwise it makes no sense in the scene, right? So I don't think an AI can connect all of the dots to make such a cartoon. Even if you have like a person beneath it, slightly semi-realism could work, but not the cartoony stuff that, for example, Craig of the Creek does. There's no person with a head like that. That's just fact. So I think people who are like, pissing their pants, quote unquote, are the people that don't have it as a main job usually, right? That's what I'm sort of thinking.
Well, the worry is that a lot of the right now a lot of these AI programs are open source, but the problem that people are kind of thinking about, like the implications of is corporations using AI tools to kind of just cut people out to save on costs and kind of reduce their bottom line. And you'd be able to have less employees and then be able to pay them at a lower rate. And that's kind of more of like a consequence of capitalism. And
I do think that big corporate companies shouldn't do it, right? I'm definitely on the side of the artist for that. And I can see them in certain ways trying to cut costs, especially about the anime studios, right? Where they go semi-realism. I do get that part. That's not the greatest. Especially background artists, I feel like. They're probably having the biggest troubles here right now, right? Actual background artists.
Netflix Japan tried this where they made an anime short with AI-generated backgrounds, and it was controversial.
It was very controversial. And I do get it. Also, it didn't look that good, I will say. The background.
It wasn't entirely AI. There was also human artists that were doing touch-ups over the AI. They're kind of using like the AI generated backgrounds as like a template.
Yeah, but the issue I've been noticing was there's a lot of details that were missing, especially in the first AI generated version, because they like showed in the end how it was produced. So I see like, sure, it might have been just as good as a thumbnail sketch, but then you could have just done the thumbnail sketch, right? Like, sure, maybe they're not using money to invest in a key colorist or just color sketch, I guess. But in the end, you have to touch up the coloration anyway. So either you pay money beforehand or after to like touch up these colorations, right? There's like, it doesn't work as much as people think it works, right?
So people kind of overhype it a little bit.
Yeah.
To where they think it's smarter than it actually is.
I'm gonna serve up an analogy here, which I think everyone here is gonna get. I think Tiege is especially gonna get. Okay, so they made music back in the day with just regular instruments and everything, and then they came out with the synthesizer, and that doesn't mean that you, even if you set it up to be able to do a certain sequence or anything, that doesn't mean that you have good instincts as an artist, and that doesn't mean you're going to make good songs.
Right.
So I think a kind of similar thing is going on with AI, where there are tools to automate the production of art in a lot of ways at the moment that are very useful. But that doesn't, if you don't have good instincts as an artist, that doesn't mean you're going to produce good things. Because anyone can go into Stable Diffusion on the anything model and type in, one girl, beautiful woman, big tits, and it like they'll get something that'll be good spank bank material, but that doesn't make it good for consumption. That doesn't make it good for career related stuff.
Yeah.
So I would not be that worried at this point.
Exactly.
Another analogy, Lars, would be like when photography was invented and a lot of painters felt kind of threatened by photography.
Yeah.
And as we can still see, I feel like photography actually opened up way more avenues for painters to go crazy because paintings can express things photography often can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like when cars were invented and people were like, oh, what about all of the horse carriage drivers? Or like what's another example? Like when 3D animation was introduced and 2D animators felt threatened, or when digital art was introduced and the traditional artists kind of felt threatened.
Do you guys want to know something funny about all of these, when everyone gets threatened or feels threatened by new things? When the newspaper were introduced, people thought that they were getting lazy and no one would talk to each other anymore because of the newspaper. Legit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like a threat for them. It's like, now we don't even use fucking newspapers no more like that anymore, right? We got our phones, we got our apps,
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel like give it 10 years, it'll all shake out. And also, here's the thing. If people have opinions on this kind of stuff, that's fine. But also, to be completely honest, those opinions don't matter at all because, like, it's like when Napster came out with the concept.
Oh,
not the concept, but like the execution of sharing MP3s. It's like, yeah, if you have opinions as a recording artist about the ability to transfer music, that's fine, but it doesn't really matter because it is gonna happen and the tech is out there. So what your thoughts on it are irrelevant, and you should get with the times because they are not going to change. So
I think the difference now is that because AI is advancing at such a rapid rate that it's starting to affect multiple like career sectors, not even just the creative spaces, but just a lot of them all at the same time, where it's like the implications of it automating a lot of it is scary to people. Because there was a point where you had like coders telling truck drivers or like coal miners like, oh, your job's going to get automated in 5 years. You better learn how to code. And then a lot of those coders' jobs became obsolete because of like the AI that they helped develop, where the AI just did the some of those coding jobs.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And then I saw like a thing on Twitter where someone was like, people thought that AI was going to replace all of the hard manual labor jobs and we would all have time to be creative, but it seems like it's like the other way around now, where like the AI is taking up all the creative jobs and now we have to toil away.
That's funny.
Doing manual labor.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
There's like one thing about AI image generation, which I feel like a lot of people have a reverse understanding of, where I'm like, why are you so worried? It's a lot of times I see people shit on smaller creators when they use AI generated stuff. And it's like,
yeah,
they just sort of fell out of the womb. Let them fuck about a bit. They don't have money. They're like a 9-to-5 worker just like you or anyone else, right? So like,
not everybody
give them
can
space,
afford artists
right?
to commission. I mean, you can learn how to draw, and I understand that. Like I understand. Like I know a lot of people that have very strong opinions about this.
Yeah.
Except for Tristan, but, he hasn't said a word in like 30 minutes.
Like,
I'm just still trying to learn how to tie my shoes.
You need a robot to do that for you, Tristan.
Okay,
you need a shoe tying robot.
Okay. Justin, are you a bit tired? Do you want to take a little nap? Is my voice this relaxing to you?
I'm actually so tired, but
this is the
I got so worked up about like the topics earlier that I exasperated all of my energy, and now I'm just kind of like just in a more relaxed state of mind with listening about AI, and Rebecca's voice is super soft and it reminds me of ASMR content, so I'm now just
okay, here we go, ASMR. Do this on everybody. Yes, my fingernails.
Well, I also listen to a lot of ASMR content creators that are from other countries too, so her accent is not helping, and I'm just like so relaxed, and now I'm just like, how will I learn how to tie my shoes?
Yeah.
Spaghetto, actually, I do have an ASMR stream on my YouTube channel if you want to watch that.
Okay, I'm a DM you right now. Hold up.
You can't tell if he's fully asleep or fully erect right now.
I thought it would have been very cringe, so I didn't do one again. But I guess I have the power, I have the voice to do another
I
one
have
someday.
the power.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to stay awake because it's just very relaxing voice. So
Here's the
you definitely
sound
could do it.
Mhm.
TJ, you can't do it.
Tiny.
Shut the fuck up.
the tiny sound of 2 pickle slices rubbing together.
Oh my god. Actually, that reminds me. I saw recently a cartoon ASMR channel where they make like cartoon characters do ASMR stuff. And I got so
Yeah.
freaked out because for some reason, almost all of them do like a thing where they kiss the mic and it looks so fucking weird.
I once watched Dr. Mario ASMR where he's like giving you a checkup, and it's really weird. Or like there's a Solid Snake ASMR where he's like mending your wounds.
Do you want to know the first
And
ASMR
then-
video I was introduced to? It was because of it was because of TJ. I was sitting in the
Is
park.
it the Sands?
I was sitting in
Is
the
it the
parking
Sands?
lot of a factory that makes quesadillas, and he's like, "Oh, listen to this ASMR video," and he pulls it up, and Sands is like, "Hey kid, I ain't got no food in the fridge," and then he eats their ass,
I'ma eat your
and that's the
ass.
video. And I don't know why he
Very
showed
good.
me that as my first impression of ASMR, but after
Very
that,
good.
I avoided it like the plague.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat your ass. There's a few Sans ASMR videos, and there's that one, and there's another one where it's like Sans beats the shit out of you. He's just like beating you up really softly. And then there's what's another one? There's the Sonic ASMR where he's like gigantic and he's like stepping on you with his feet or something.
Have you guys seen
my
the Sonic
God.
ASMR video where he's like taking off his smelly socks?
No. It was the Sonic one was him talking about his smelly feet, and then there's a Shadow one where he's giant. He's like stepping on you with his feet.
All right.
Oh yeah, and there's the Funky Kong ASMRs too, where he's like very kind and supportive.
I think
Friday
we need to
night
get an
Funky
ASMR artist on here and just see where that goes.
Yeah, I've tried to in the past, just never worked out.
I'm sorry. I'm just posting the shit from that one channel. It's so weird. It's so weird. And
Is that Spyro?
it's not well animated either. It's just
Is that Spyro?
yeah, that's Spyro.
Dragon
Why?
ASMR, Odd and Spyro, and Cinder do ASMR, tapping the mic, shaking stuff, and tongue clicking. What the hell is this shit?
Like that?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna
Uh,
timestamp this. This is the one that's like really fucking weird.
Let's see, Sans. I'll post
Okay.
the ones. I'll post
This
what we're
one.
talking about.
The Luna ASMR one.
Snuggling with Luna ASMR, finger fluttering, kisses, and breathing. Ugh.
Yeah, it gives me like goosebumps or shit. Like not good ones. Not good ones. It's like the serial killer behind the doors of waiting.
Rebecca's just
for
like,
you to-
yes, Luna makes me tingle so much.
Yeah, every time I hear
No,
every
like
time
bad
I hear any
tingles,
sort of
bad
ASMR,
tingles.
anytime I ever hear any ASMR, I'm not sure whether to like start coming or like run away at like 90 miles an hour. Like it just, I don't know.
Well, there's like the ASMR where it's like Toad eating chicken. He's like eating fried chicken.
Okay,
He's like,
listen.
Yeah, that's
it,
funny.
It
Or,
helps with my
Here we go,
Yoda.
once again.
Okay, damn. ASMR it does not have to be sexual. You can just listen to it and relax. Okay, you're the ones making it weird with like Luna
I think-
licking you and Sans eating your ass.
Okay,
there's like one
Preston,
where
Preston.
Yoda eats like I think he's like eating McDonald's.
Oh
and
my
there's,
god,
like,
while the
another one where he's,
parents
like,
fight in the
listening to
background.
The parents argue.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the
listening to your
funniest
My
parents
thing.
fight.
favorite Yoda ASMR is when he's eating like a bucket of KFC during.
My favorite Yoda ASMR is the sentence that just came out of your mouth.
My favorite
Preston.
Yoda ASMR is when he's eating a bucket of KFC during the Duel of Fates and Anakin's being burnt alive in the background.
Yeah, that's the one I
Oh
was
my
talking about where he's like
God.
eating chicken nuggets or something. And then
Okay, can we not? Okay,
Can you stop
You guys were-
posting Sonic foot teases you ASMR best with headphones in the chat?
I wanted to show that it existed.
thank you.
By the way,
I'm glad to
talking
know.
about chicken nuggets, you know what? I'm here with you guys, but I have some chicken nuggets right here. So
Oh, do you wanna eat them on air or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do some ASMR for us. Everyone be quiet. Quiet. Shh.
no, I'm not making ASMR. You can watch my
can still
you can
hear it.
watch my stream
Disgusting.
under YouTube/Rebecca Doodles. You can
No,
watch
.com?
my ASMR eating stream.
Yeah, don't type the .com, guys.
Whoops, wrong video. I meant to do the Mario.
And if you
one.
want to find me on YouTube, youtube.com/spaghetto as always. Thank you.
All right, Theodore, if people want to find your stuff, how can they do that?
By not looking up Theodore.
That's fair.
How can they actually find it?
Actually,
I usually just go as Tiege, like usually like official Tiege. So
Okay, if people
guys-
want to hear your music, they can listen to the podcast, I guess.
most of my music's on SoundCloud. I'm thinking about posting a lot of it on YouTube soon, so then like more people will listen to it.
By the way, I'm watching
Sure.
Rebecca's VTuber model on Discord right now, and I can see how she's just chewing. It's wonderful.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
That's another
Really
thing. Like
enjoying these
I've just
nuggets.
been enamored by the VTuber model and just so distracted by it the whole time. I'm just like, oh yeah, I got a podcast.
He just likes the balls.
Yeah, he likes the
you
part
know
with
what?
balls. Wait,
You want to know what my useless superpower was going to be, but it kept derailing.
We will talk about
Oh,
it
yeah.
next week at discord.t1podcast.com.
Wait, no. So I was gonna say, because it was related to all this, is what if you had the power to inflate your balls?
so it's like when Tristan brought up the whole, I thought buffalo wings were buffalo. It's like,
Yeah.
you were really glad to ram that in there, but you sure you want it on the podcast? Like, you glad about that contribution?
I mean, was it
I mean,
was it a bad contribution? I thought it was pretty amusing.
It's useless. I mean, like,
Yeah.
TJ, I'm gonna take a bike pump and inflate your balls.
That's someone's fetish, guys. That's someone's fetish.
Yeah. Oh, that's
you know
another
that-
thing.
You know that that
Shut up,
picture of
TJ.
the
TJ.
ape with the
TJ.
giant balls.
The golden ones? The golden ones?
Yeah, the King Kong balls.
Oh my god.
And Jay Schlatt got a statue of it because you can buy a statue of it.
It does. They look really cool. I will say one thing though, because we were like plugging our shit. It's really funny because I like to go to places where no one fucking knows me, right? Now the thing is,
So everywhere. Oh.
I wish, I really wish that was the case. I really dearly wish that was the case. So I go to VTubing like servers, right? And I'm not like I do VTubing, but I'm not in the spheres known usually, right? So I'm just hanging, I'm just chilling, I'm doing some art, like the great picture you can see on my Twitter right now about the Sonic Jose.
Yeah, Rebecca posted Sonic ass on her Twitter. Go check it out.
Yeah, Sunic,
You got mad at me for
Sunic,
posting
not Sonic, Sunic.
Sonic feet.
Oh yeah, Sunic.
Sunic. So the thing is, sometimes there's a person that is like, oh, you do good art. I'm like, thank you. And they're like also drawing. And then someone suddenly pipes up in the group chat, right? It's like,
Mhm.
the fuck?
Oh.
Why you got so many subscribers on YouTube? The fuck you do?
I just got a message from Ninja Muffin.
Oh,
Yeah. He says, "Oh, that Friday Night Funkin' mod, Starving Artist. I have not played it."
Okay.
So there's
that's
that.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, people know about it, but usually they haven't played it because it's kind of shit to play, not gonna lie. It's a good experience, but it's not like game. It's more like,
Scheiße.
no, it's not scheiße.
No. For context, though, I was messaging because we had the Friday Night Funkin' creator on the show, and I was just gonna message because I thought he might have played the mod just because he's familiar with his work, but
Yeah.
that kind of
His
fizzled
He
out.
knows about
Yeah, it's
it.
his game.
I was in a
He-
Twitter
he-
space
played it
that
once
he hosted once or twice.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, but Rebecca's VTuber model eating is just so trippy.
Yeah, because it looks like she's talking, but really she's just masticating like a chicken. It's wild. Yeah.
Imagine if it was like a real camera feed and there's just a person just moving their mouth up and down like nom nom nom. Oh wait. That's like the Simpsons did this where it's like
No, that's all the time we have for today. Is there anything else of value we want to contribute before we end this episode?
Yes.
Yes,
There is.
I was
I'm
gonna
just gonna move my mouth up.
I was
and
gonna
down like
finish
this.
up the story. So people like always freak out when they realize, or someone asks me, "Hey, do you have any social media to me?" And they just don't bother to check, and I'm like, "You just Google Rebecca Doodles, like just my name," and they're like, "What? Google?" I'm like, "Yeah, you find everything," and they don't like
Rebecca
believe me
Google.
for
Yeah.
time,
I
right?
use Bing.
You can just use Bing or Google or whatever. If you just type it in, you just find everything of my social media. Like, it's grown that much, right? And I've been having the same name for about 10-ish years, and it just stuck, right?
Well, yeah, although, like, to be fair, it seems like a pretty logical decision. Like, oh, my name's Rebecca. I make art. Yeah, I'm going to go with Rebecca Doodles. Like, that's not that surprising. Like, it makes sense that you went with that route. That makes sense to me. Also, I was going to say, Tristan, since it was fresh on your mind this morning, you were really wanting to talk about this during voice chat. Do you want to talk about your Walmart thing before we go?
No, that's going to be next week. I don't have the energy to make it funny right now.
Okay. All right. In that case, Tristan has a gay Walmart story, but you're going to have to tune in next week for that.
That'll be next week. Tune in next week, Rebecca.
Well, audience in particular.
Sure, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So I think that's going to do it. I did mention to the chat if anyone wanted to ask a live question on air, but everyone just kind of asked the questions in the chat, and we kind of got to those. So I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. We're getting to the hour 38 minute here at this point, and it's
talk about.
This was a pretty meaty podcast. Like, I'm sorry I kind of trailed off at the end, getting tired, but overall, I thought this was pretty fun, successful. 2 out of 10.
Wow, that's harsh.
Okay, do tell me when to turn off the recording.
Right now.
Okay.
Wait, TJ, take us out.
I've got a bomb strapped to my chest. It's gonna go off in 3, 2, 1.
So there I was, an ordinary mom. Then I slid into my computer chair, and with a few clicks of my mouse, I became
a mom on the net. moms on the net because there are so many resources available on the internet for moms and their families.